Out there with the handshake, Dade County representing. I know, Coach Hunt, you played in Broward, obviously. You played for Deerfield Beach.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any history with any Dade County teams? Did you guys play any of them?
Actually, no, we didn't. We actually played more so of the Broward and actually Palm Beach teams more so, and then a lot of the teams have switched districts.
Okay, Coach, the atmosphere was pretty crazy out there, wasn't it, Coach?
Yeah, it sure was, Coach. It was a bundle of people out there. Everyone was excited. The bands were excited. The players. And
there's Northwestern. They came out hot in the beginning.
Oh, yeah. Darius Tice, he had a great first quarter. Central made great adjustments at halftime, which kind of slowed him down a little bit. But, you know, we look at Darius
That's
Tice.
Darius right there, correct?
Yes, he's making more plays. But the problem with Northwestern, they found the turnover bug early, and that kind of kept Central in the game. As you'll see right here, they're right at the 1 yard line.
Was that the fumble at the 1 yard line that we had just seen right there?
Yes.
Wow.
And Central recovers. However, Northwestern will come back with a safety, but that's a minus 5 points there.
And they actually had 2 safeties, correct?
Yes, they had 2 safeties, Coach.
Oh, look at that pressure coming off the edge.
They made plays all night, Coach. It was an excellent game by both teams. They both were well prepared, you know, and that's what it takes at that level. Dade County plays amazing football. Watch the foot speed, Coach. That's Tice again.
Tice again. So people watching this highlight at home, we gave them the score 35-17. It seems like Northwestern was jumping all over them in the beginning.
Northwestern had an opportunity to really put Central away. But Central, you know, the champions they are, they survived the onslaught. And if you let them survive, they will, you know, relive.
It looks like the quarterback is doing a phenomenal job. Great touch right there by Northwestern.
Ball's on the ground.
You don't want the ball.
Play of the game, Coach.
Wow, you see that scoop and score?
Play of the game.
That's speed. He pulled away. That is speed.
This kid is legitimate.
He picked that up in
4.38, 4.4 flat.
Wow.
I'm not talking guessing. Legit. He's one of the fastest kids in Dade County. That's Davin Cook, number 4. He stands about 6 foot, about 190.
Wow.
He can really pick him up and put him down in a hurry.
Northwestern's still on top there. It was still a ball game early on.
Well, you know, Northwestern played very well. They didn't give up an offensive touchdown in the first half.
And one thing I'm noticing right now, Coach, is that Central's doing a great job with the pitch and catch. I mean, every ball is pretty much right on the money where only the receiver can actually catch the ball.
Yeah, Coach, they were throwing very nice passes, very good routes. And they're very well coached. You know, Coach Fields at Stephen Field at Miami Northwestern, he's a defensive coach.
Oh, where's the defense? That was a confusing play for the defense. It definitely seemed like they weren't prepared for that goal line stand.
Right, Coach. They lined up Joseph Yarby at quarterback there, and you never know what he's going to do. He's such a great runner, so you have to respect the run first.
Wow.
What a catch.
And that is a
great balance
throw.
too.
Beautiful throw over the shoulder, beautiful concentration, and bring the ball in.
Yeah, Coach, it was very exciting to watch these young men really, you know, show what kind of craft they've really mastered. Right now it's 35-11 Central over Northwestern. Northwestern did come back and get another touchdown on a pass right about here. The corner misplays it. He touches it.
That was later on in the game, correct?
That was fourth quarter, yes, sir.
They were trying to make a little bit of a run there towards the end.
Yeah, they tried to make a run, but Central was able to withstand anything that they put together.
Hope you guys enjoyed that clip at home. We sure did. I know the coach enjoyed being there, being that he has ties with both of those teams. Central did win that game 35-17.
Yes,
we just want to make sure we have that correct. And what were some things that you could tell us going forward with Central? How did they respond after that Northwestern win? Do you think that they can make it far into the playoffs?
Oh, yeah. Central, they have a team that's destined and designed to go deep into the playoffs. Right now, they are the district champions with one more win over Berlin this week. No matter what they're in. Northwestern, they're on the bubble. Northwestern needs a little help right now because Carroll City, Northwestern, and Homestead, they're all battling for that number 2 spot. So it could get interesting. So Northwestern is not in, and it's not a sure shot that they'll get in.
Wow. So you're saying that right now in Dade County, pretty much any district that's going on in Dade County is going to be a fight, a dog fight, each and every time that they play.
Coach, there's only one district that there was not a dog's fight, and that's the South District where Columbus controlled everything. South Miami and Miami High are now battling each other this week for a spot in the playoffs.
And we actually caught Columbus earlier on in the season against St. Thomas, and that was a great game. That was our first actual coverage game of the year, and that was like amazing seeing those two teams go at it.
Yes, Coach, Columbus the real deal.
Yeah, Columbus came back towards the end in that St. Thomas game, and they battled back. And yeah, that's true. We found out that Columbus was a second half team also. Northwestern made a run there towards the end,
right.
And we were really excited to see that. We like seeing teams fight back. We don't like seeing teams 55-0, and it shows that the kids have fight and they know that it's a dog fight and they got to compete all the way to the end.
Well, Coach, what you'll find in Dade County, and Coach and I talked about this at the Boyd Anderson game, they have no quit. They have no quit. I've seen Miami Central down throughout the year. They were down big to Booker T. And they kept coming back, and they kept coming back, and they found a way to win it in the end.
Well, that's great. We're gonna bring you guys up to the 9-5-4 now. We got the Boyd Anderson versus Ely. BA won that game 35-0. They had pretty good control over that game. Coach Blair's got those boys playing good, and we're gonna show you guys the highlight clip from that. So stay tuned. BA's got the ball first, obviously, and this was a great game. These guys both, I can say they don't like each other, obviously.
Absolutely not. I mean, you're talking about Lauderdale Lakes versus Pompano Beach. I mean, this is a rivalry like none other. But at the same time, giving a lot of respect to both teams' defense. This was a defensive game to the pretty much to the halftime. You're looking at two defenses that were stellar. No one was actually really atop of anyone.
Balls on the ground.
And that happened a lot too. A lot of turnovers. But and you're going to see roughly, of course, with Boyd Anderson, Mr. Darrell Young, it just created havoc. And I mean, you have people on Ely. And there you go, another interception right there by Hankerson, and that was Trevante McFadden that came up with the interception. A lot of turnovers, a lot of defense in this game.
Yeah, Coach. They went into the fourth quarter with the score: Boyd Anderson 7, Ely 0.
Wow.
And there's another turnover right there. I mean, I believe the quarterback did it. He did the best he can do. With what he had. But Boyd Anderson was stout. They had a bend and not break type mentality.
As you said, Coach, that bad blood. These guys are rival cities. You're probably saying that a lot of these kids probably played a lot of Pop Warner Little League football against each other.
Absolutely. You're talking about one stopped the other one from making to the Super Bowl, and this is a special young man right here, number one, Mr. McDonald, who also did a phenomenal job.
That was a fake punt.
That was a fake punt, and that those are the type of plays that hey, you show what type of character you have. You're not afraid to do so.
Oh, you got to make that tackle. See, he's so good on his feet like that. You got to be able to stop him in the pocket.
Yes, and that was to Mr. Action Jackson. You'll see him very soon, or maybe you won't, because if you blink, you won't see him. He did a great job as well, making sure that he did what he had to do as well.
See, Coach, when you play Boyd Anderson, it's hard to defend them because Hankerson keeps plays alive. You just can't coach against that.
Absolutely. And a lot of people, I'm glad that you said that, because that you can bring that to a team. I know Coach Hunt doesn't really want to talk about Florida Gators, with a young quarterback at UF that he keeps plays alive. Florida doesn't have the best offense in the world, but as you can see, if you have a quarterback that can move around in the pocket, there goes Jackson again.
This is Mr. Action Jackson. I believe Coach DC sort of coined the nickname for him. That was an 81-yard punt return that he got off a bounce and just literally followed his blocks, and he took that thing to the house.
Coach,
in 16 seconds.
Coach, he looked real nice out there. I kind of coined him as reminding me of one from Florida State wearing that same number 2, by the name of Deion Sanders.
That was actually one of the first scores in the game after all those turnovers.
Yep, and
that was the first score, Coach.
Yes, sir. And here goes another botched snap there over the head of the quarterback.
Ely didn't give up, though. They kept fighting throughout the whole game.
They did not give up. I mean, the score really didn't indicate how close of a game this really was. It was 35-0. And you see that, you think, wow, there was a blowout, but it was a very, very well disciplined defensive game.
Yes, Coach, and I would say, you know,
Action Jackson again.
It's kind of like the same game we watched against Northwestern and Central. One big play changed the game, and Mr. Jackson was making all those big plays.
He definitely lived up to the name. He showed a lot of action, and there you see, you know, a tackle by Darrell Young. I mean, he was all over the place as well. Leonard Pell, all over. You know, these are young men that we've had on the show before, all over the place. You know, Hankerson doing a great job. And here it is, Mr. Young running down from the backside. I'm looking. Whoever doesn't pick this kid up, they're in for a rude awakening.
This is what I mean by Hankerson, Coach. He just keeps plays alive. Will he take a loss? Yes, he will, from time to time, but you'll live with that as a coach.
Absolutely, especially when he makes plays half the time when he's out of the pocket, nobody can stop him.
This is, I believe, Taekwon Hill. I'm sorry, Taekwon Fields. You know, doing his best impression of Hankerson as well, keeping the plays alive with his feet.
Here he is again, Coach, just keeping plays alive. He's amazing.
He sort of reminds me of another young man that I coached at Deerfield Beach High School by the name of Denard Shoelace Robinson, who was able to do the same thing.
Dangerous,
very quick,
dangerous dual threat quarterbacks.
And this was a beautiful pitch and catch by Hankerson and Lopez. It was like maybe on the 1 or 2 yard line, and great concentration. And they did a good job in making sure that they stay there.
These are the games we expect out of these teams. They're hard-fought games all the way up until the fourth quarter, and one team takes advantage of another team's mistakes, and it can be the ball game real quick.
Oh yes, Coach. I think they both played very well for 3 quarters. Boyd Anderson took advantage of the fourth quarter, while Ely was making mistakes.
And another thing that we can say is BA early on in the season, they weren't capitalizing at all in the early part of games, and they were letting teams score on them early, score on them often, and letting them hang around. And what we've seen with BA is this was a hard-fought game, obviously, with Ely wasn't going to back down, but they kind of let that happen in the beginning of the game, and they let him stick around, and Ely definitely could have won this game just as easily as BA did.
One thing about Coach Blair, he even admits that they are a second-half team.
Yeah.
They are a second-half team, and that was a pitch and catch by Hankerson to the Lopez. I mean, Hankerson was just finding the receivers all over the field. After a while, Ely just couldn't hang on. And here you go with, I believe this is Young.
Well, what happened, Coach, is that Ely trying to come back and to lose your starting quarterback makes it even more difficult. And the starting quarterback went down. Now we're dealing with our backup, and we're trying to come back against a tough Boyd Anderson defense. That's a tall order, Coach.
Wow, look at that speed.
Oh yeah, this is the backup quarterback, and he fumbles the ball.
You can't do that.
I don't know who hit it, but Action Jackson with the ball in his hand again.
Coach, do you mean to tell me that he picked that ball up and reversed his field?
I'm telling you that he did whatever he wanted to do, Coach. I'm telling you right now, he was a joystick.
That was like a 60-yard play. He ran down the field to stop the tackle. He got the ball and reversed his field to go all the way back.
Coach, anytime the ball was on the ground, Mr. Jackson found it.
Yeah.
He was like Easter egg hunting out there. He found all the golden eggs.
Absolutely, absolutely.
A little chippy out there. These teams, like you said, they're not really friendly to each other.
You're talking about these young men have been playing each other since they were like 8, 9 years old. So they've been bred to not like each other.
Well, Coach, it looks like we're gonna they just got it on the goal line, so it looks like here comes Mr. Jackson again.
Wow.
Oh, what a hit!
And by it's actually Darrell Young who came up with that fumble, and of course Action Jackson has the ball. Why wouldn't he? He's the ball hawk.
Coach, I mean, it doesn't show any more than a back-breaking play that you get down to the 1 yard line, you try to do a little trickery or reverse play, and 99 yards the other direction.
Not only is it a back-breaking, Coach, it's demoralizing to your offense because now they lose confidence.
And still didn't understand that play. I mean, that was one of those mano a mano, your man or my man, hat on hat. And this was the last play.
That's the icing on the cake.
That was actually no, the cake was already done. The icing was on there. That was candles. That was adding a little bit more toppings on it.
Little sprinkles.
It didn't really understand that one, but hey, when you're down, you're down. You fight to the clock says double zeros, and unfortunately, Ely, came up with a goose egg.
We hope you guys enjoyed that highlight. BA did win that game, and they clinched a playoff spot. And like we said, Coach Blair's doing great things with those kids over there. We're happy to see them, and we hope they can make some more noise.
Absolutely, and we're looking for big things to happen out of them. I would say that they need to start a little faster, because going into the playoffs, a lot of teams won't give you the second half.
Yeah.
They're going to jump out fast. So they need to do a better job in making sure that they start the way that they end the game, and become a whole game team, not just a second half team.
Absolutely.
Well,
Coach, you got to cover Dade County and Broward County for us this week. What's some of the things you could tell us different wise for the two counties?
Well, first of all, I'll tell you something that's the same. There's a lot of great athletes out there, Coach, in both counties. Mr. Jackson can be matched up with any of them, and that's just, right from the heart. He's a great football player. Dade County, like I said, I think they have more per capita, I guess, per team. They have more players per team. But, when the playoffs start, every team's going to be good. Everyone's looking to go deep. Once the regular season is over, it's 0-0. So, Coach, it's pretty even. All bets are off.
It's great football either way.
It is,
from the
absolutely.
954 to the 305.
That's it.
South Florida is the hotbed for recruits. You can see it all over the country with colleges. This is where they want to come to get the athletes.
I'm looking at seeing if I have any more years of eligibility left on the high school level, so I can go and try to get a scholarship somewhere. But I don't think they want a 33-year-old freshman.
You never know.
You don't. Yes, I do. Yeah, yes, I do. I know.
Coach DC, we want to thank you so much for joining us tonight and covering the games on Friday with Coach Hunt and Coach Stout, my father. We hope you guys have enjoyed the show so far. We're at the Coral Springs Brews Room. Hope you guys haven't eaten too much candy tonight. And we want to wish you guys luck for your game. The two games we will be covering this week. Hialeah plays Crop, Coach DC's team. And with a win, you guys clinch a playoff berth, I believe?
Yes, we definitely clinch a berth. And with a loss by North Miami to North Miami Beach, we win the district.
That's great. That's great.
But we're not worried about the district right now. We got to take care of Crop. If we can take care of Crop, the chips will fall where they may.
And we're absolutely we're excited to cover your game. And live 7 o'clock game. Make sure you guys check it out, NCRASportsNetwork.com, the live game. And I'm not sure if Coach Hunt will be there or not.
Oh, I'll be there.
Oh, okay, he'll be there.
I'll be there. This will be my first day kind of game that I'll be covering. And I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I get a chance to say their names fast enough than they're actually running. But, one thing you got to take in consideration is that when it comes to Dade County football, you are talking about a lot of hungry young men that want to do it. They all play with each other for years on years, and maybe a boundary or maybe a few miles separate them. So we're looking at a lot of speed, a lot of hard hitting, and a lot of football. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready right now. I'll go camp out tonight. No, I won't.
Well, Coach, you just come on down and watch Allen Edwards, our quarterback, George Williams, one of our receivers. Watch Roderick Stevens and Jarrell Mobley down in the trenches, Nico Gonzalez and Ray Bell at the safety. Come down and watch that stuff, man. This should be great.
I'm looking forward to it. If you see somebody at Travis Spelling Park and you don't know who it is, it's most likely me. I'm sleeping under the bleachers because I'm ready.
Coach, keep your eye on number 2. His name's Henry Bussey.
We will, Coach. And you guys won't be here in D.C. tomorrow night, obviously, because he'll be down on the field. But 7 o'clock, make sure you guys stay tuned. You guys will be hearing Coach Hunt off of the NCRA Sports broadcast. And Friday night, we're going to bring it back up to the 954 Broward County. Northeast will be playing Monarch, and that's a great game for Northeast.
Absolutely. Another district game. Though Northeast have already clinched the district, Monarch wants to do something. Of course, they want to take the king down off his throne.
Absolutely.
And the coach. Coach Bennett from Northeast has an outstanding receiver as Coley. Everybody in the world wants this young man.
Absolutely.
And over there at Monarch, Coach Calvin Davis, who I actually played high school ball with at Deerfield Beach High School. We're both Buck alumni, doing a great job in turning that program around as well. So, I'm looking forward for that district game to be a lot of fast running, hard hitting, and a lot of trash talking. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome.
Absolutely. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show so far. We appreciate Coach DC coming on, Coach Hunt, as always. We got to cover some games last week that we were really excited to show you, and we look forward to going on with the rest of the season, take us into the playoffs. Remember those games tomorrow, Hialeah versus Crop at 7 o'clock. NCRA Sports will be broadcasting live. You guys can catch that off of the website. Also, you can find the link off of Facebook with NCRA Sports Network. Friday night, Northeast versus Monarch. and hope you guys enjoy the weekend.
Absolutely. I know I am. I'm starting tomorrow.
I win tomorrow night. We'll enjoy the weekend.
We hear you, Coach. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. Remember, we are at the Coral Springs Brews Room. We are here every Wednesday night with our weekly preview and our breakdown. If you need to get in contact with me, G4 at NCRASportsNetwork.com, or you can find us on Twitter at NCRA Sports, or find us off our Facebook. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. We hope everybody's staying safe up in the Northeast, and we hope you guys enjoy your Halloween. We want to thank Coach DC for coming on, and as always, Coach Hunt. I'm Glenn Stout, and this is NCRA Sports Network. We'll see you guys Thursday night, excuse me. Stay tuned.
You're watching the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 sports network in the nation, covering high school sports. NCRA Sports Network.
There are over 1,800 colleges and universities in the nation. There are over 10 million high school student athletes that graduate each year. Only 0.08% of these student athletes that graduate receive full scholarships.
We're here, we got your back. And you can go back and get your college degree and come back and help us, man.
It all started with a dream. And now it's up to us to keep it alive.
If you're sitting out there and you're wondering,